Hi, welcome. I'm Sarah D. And welcome to my new subscribers. I think I got 2 subscribers last week. My husband has been asking people on his LinkedIn account if they will subscribe. So maybe that's you. Thank you so much. I am the kind of person who has learned that I can't really have a job. I can't really make money. I can sort of make money. I can sort of have a job. I can sort of be that person. But for some reason I got the lesson. I learned the lesson that that was not what I was supposed to do. Even though part of me really wants to be able to feel like I can be like the grown-ups, because I'm definitely old enough to be a grown-up. Today's video is entitled, You Choose Your Lesson. Who knows why I learned that lesson, but I did. Probably lots of reasons. And I know I'm not alone in that, because when I listen to my friends, my mentors online, I hear them talking about how, some people aren't comfortable with the idea of making money, and they think that, I don't think money is evil, but some people think that. So there's different reasons that people don't feel comfortable making money. So YouTube is a very passive kind of way to make money, and getting subscribers is important for that. So thank you. Thank you, thank you. At some point, I'm going to feel like a grown-up, not just be old. Anyway, you choose your lesson. I chose a lesson. I chose a lesson that I couldn't earn money, be a grown-up in that way. Once I got married, it was like, okay, I'm this person now, and whoever I was before then just doesn't exist. And really, that's kind of what happens. As we grow up, we kind of shed parts of ourselves because of the lessons we learn and the things we believe. This last week, one thing happened that was a result of my carelessness in some fashion, because I believe that everything that happens to us and that we experience has something to do with a seed we planted in the past, even if we don't remember what that seed was. So what happened is my hard drive crashed on my laptop, and of course I don't have everything backed up. So I've lost decades, or a decade at least, of photos and videos of family, whatever might not be backed up on the weird little clouds that never made any sense to me. And I never took the lesson to learn how to deal with them, so they're gone. And that's very sad. And also I found out my identity had been stolen, and so I've been working through that. The next day, maybe it was that day, the evening, anyway, I was alone, and these are the words that came to me in that crisis, because that is the crisis. That's not something I got up in the morning and I said, well, this is on my to-do list. I want to have my hard drive crash, and I want to have my identity stolen. That's what I want. No, that's not what I did. But somehow I had something to do with bringing it about. Not being safe enough with my identity and not backing things up, or learning the cloud storage systems that exist. Nevertheless, this is what I wrote in the midst of that. I'm sure you can relate to having crashes of all kinds, hard drives, whatever, just messes in life. Maybe when you feel that and you have a loss, these words might be of comfort to you. It is a song I'm starting, but I don't have it into a song yet, but these are the words, and I would like to share them with you. All is well. All is as it shall be. Should be. Should be. Though there's loss, there is new life to see. Life is all you need it to be. And you can shape it for your good. Trying to be, to do, and to have everything beautiful, you see, is foolish and impossible to do. That's why less is more came to be. I don't know who penned the words less is more, and minimalism is, all trendy and everything, and the trends are not a way to live life necessarily, because trends, fads. They are not necessarily long-term useful, but maybe they're fun for a little while. But less is more has a lot of meanings, and in this instance, trying to have all the beautiful pictures, trying to have all the, anyway, the things that I lost, trying to keep all of those things, and then all of the paperwork that I try to keep track of, and I'm challenged with that. There's just too much for me to keep track of. So the laptop it's dead. And I'm not fixing it right now. I actually feel, after I wrote this, I felt a weight off my chest. It's like, well, I don't have to deal with that. I can figure out how to use my phone. And that's how I do the videos, is on my phone. And so no matter what happens in life, we can take the lesson away that is going to bless us, or that is going to curse us, that is going to encourage us, or that is going to discourage us. All is well as it should be. Though there's loss, there is new life to see. Life is all you need it to be. And you can shape it for your good. And that's my job for me, and your job for you. You can encourage me, and those of you who subscribed did, thank you so much. And I can hopefully encourage you. Now, when you go to encourage people and help people, because I know you do, because I think innately in all of us, there's that desire to help others. I mean, even the people who have very, very little to give are giving. And you hear stories of people who are homeless who give all of their money or their blankets or their coats or whatever it is they have to others who they think need it more. And so innately, we want to help others. That is who we are. I believe that's who you are. Because when we do that, I suppose it's selfish because it feels good. It feels better than doing good for ourselves. Except when doing good for others goes beyond the boundaries where you are no longer taking care of yourself. One of the things that Jesus taught was that when he left, he said, "A new commandment I give unto you, that you love one another as I have loved you." And then he said, "Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart." And he said, "Love your neighbor as yourself." And so to love your neighbor as yourself implies that you must love yourself. Again, you can't pour. If you need a pen and I have this container and I have a pen in it, I could give you a pen, right? I could give it to you. But if I have this container, say this container, and you need a pen, and this is my container, there's no pen in there. I can't give it to you because I don't have one in there. Now you may say this is too small for pens to fit into, but there are short pens that could fit in here. So if I don't love myself, I can't love you. I can try. But if I don't have a pen in here, I can't give it to you. It's only when I do have the pen that I can. In each one of these boxes, 2, 3, 4, 5, I have 5 kind of funky containers. There's a lesson in each one of those containers. Just like in your life, every day things happen, present themselves to you, challenges like hard drives and identity theft, or you put yours in there because I know you have them. Every day there's something, sometimes larger than others, and sometimes it's a really little things that we just really go off on. What's that? We'll talk about it sometime. I think you know what it is. Anyway, we've got these boxes, we've got these lessons. We choose the box we're going to open, the lesson we're going to engage in learning. And I believe that the lessons are for our good, just like that song I was writing was teaching me. A long time ago, a young man, when I was writing and I was singing out a lot, publicly, a young man, kind of a friend of the family. He was really dark. And he said, Sarah, you just don't understand how difficult life is. Sometimes people will look at other people and say, their life's easy. They have no troubles. Nothing's wrong. They have no clue how hard it is. The thing that I used to go around doing is I would look at people. I remember, I think it started in like middle school. And I would say, well, I wonder how they can be looking forward to things when they know that they have to be, for me, it was I had to be a mother. And not that actually being a mother is the best thing that I've done. But it didn't have to preclude doing other things I wanted to do, but I thought it did. And so I was discouraged about that. Started, like around 12 years old. And I would look at people and I just would think they had no troubles and no problems, and only I did. And I remember talking to one of my classmates at a reunion, and she said she used to look at me and think that I had no troubles. So maybe that's common. We see our troubles, we see our worst, and we see other people as flawless and having no troubles. I know you have troubles, and you know I have troubles. But this young man didn't know I had troubles. And so I wrote a particular song called Pieces of Sanity. And it's on my CD, Who Am I? And you can actually listen to it on Spotify. But it might be under a different title because the company that put it up there for me did some of the wrong words, some of the wrong titles for different songs. But Pieces of Sanity is a song that, if you don't think I have problems, or you look at somebody else that you may think they don't have problems and life isn't difficult for them, it's a song where they could probably relate to, and actually you probably could too, because sometimes we all are hanging on like that cat at the end of that rope. Just, that's it. That's all we have. And the thing that I have learned is in that place, when I cry out to my God, He carries me. He gives me a song. In fact, long before the studies I was aware of them anyway, of that singing would help people who were in a depressed state. And long before postpartum depression was even a thing. Anyway, I really struggled. And I would plead and pray like daily and hourly because I had these lovely children and I just felt so dark and they deserved better than that. Anyway, one time, when I was praying, this thought darts through my head, well, I'll heal you with the songs I give you. I opened my eyes and I looked over and I said, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. But I guess I was praying and I was looking for an answer. So maybe that's my answer. It sounds so dumb. I'm not telling anybody that about that. But I started exercising faith in the belief that that was an answer for me. And it helped. And every time I did that, every time I worked on my music, I would be blessed and the darkness would lift. Every time I would sing my songs, the darkness would lift. And lo and behold, probably 10 years later, I read that an hour of singing raises your serotonin levels. And so I didn't know the science, but God did. So in the darkest places, there is light. No matter what's going on, you choose your lesson. You choose where you go to find the answers. And you choose whether you receive and exercise faith in those answers, because it's only when you exercise faith in those answers that you can know if they're actually true and they bring you to that place you desire to go. I would like to end with a song I did not write. It was written in 1953, or at least it was recorded by Frankie Lane at that time. And it's called I Believe. And it's, again, it's not one that I wrote, but it's one that I grew up hearing and singing. And it's beautiful. I hope you enjoy it. I believe for every drop of rain that falls, a flower grows. I believe it's somewhere in the darkest night a candle glows. I believe for everyone who goes astray, someone will come to show the way. I believe. I believe. I believe above the storm, the smallest prayer will still be heard. I believe someone in the great somewhere hears every word. Every time I hear a newborn baby cry or touch a leaf or see the sky, I know I believe. Every time I hear a newborn baby cry or touch a leaf or see the sky, then I know I believe. You choose your lesson. You choose to exercise faith in the lesson you learn. And then you determine if the lesson you learned is serving you. And if it isn't, you get to choose another box with another lesson and keep moving forward in faith. Thank you for spending a few moments with me. I hope you make this a great day for you. I'm Sarah D.